The buzz the last few weeks has been Jordan Davis for Heisman. That's what all the Georgia fans are kind of vying for right now, is that Jordan Davis, at the very least, makes it to New York as a Heisman finalist. And I'm going to break that down a little bit here. Ryan Curley from Dog Post bringing you all the details, some commentary. Remember to go to the site dogpost.com for all your insider news and coverage. So, should Jordan Davis legitimately be in the Heisman conversation? It's a question that a lot of people have had recently. It's a topic that has been fun to talk about. I actually just got out of a press conference with Warren McClendon and Quay Walker, a couple of the Georgia football players, and several reporters want to ask about Jordan Davis. And that instead of asking them questions about themselves, people are asking them about Jordan Davis because that's where all the hype is right now. SEC Nation and College Game Day were just in Athens this past weekend for the Kentucky game, and I saw so many signs that had something to do with Jordan Davis winning the Heisman. The hype is there. The conversation is out there. Media members have been in the argument for Jordan Davis being at the very least Heisman finalists. David Pollock, Paul Feinbaum, those are just a couple of names that have said, why not Jordan Davis? He's one of the most dominant players in college football. David Pollock says that he is the most dominant player in college football. So, two questions really that I'm going to try to answer here is, one, should he be a Heisman finalist or winner? And the other question, too, is he the best player in college football, and is he the Heisman winner? Is it possible? I think there's the should and is it possible are probably two completely different arguments here, and I'm going to talk about both of them just so we can, see if it actually can happen. So let's talk about if it's possible first. I got the numbers pulled up. I was looking, how many defensive tackles have been Heisman finalists or any, and so in the last 10 years, 2 defensive tackles made the top 8 in the Heisman voting ballots. Most recently, Quinnen Williams for Alabama. If you guys remember, I think he was a top 3 NFL pick in 2019. He was dominant in Alabama, part of one of those really good Alabama defenses in 2018. He finished the season with 71 total tackles, 45 solo tackles, 19.5 tackle for losses, and 8 sacks. Great stats for defensive tackle. Compare that to Jordan Davis through 7 games. So I'm just going to double this in my head. If Jordan Davis doubles his stats in his head, he'd finish with about 40 total tackles. He'd finish with about 15 solos. He finished with about 6 tackle for losses. Finished with about 3 sacks. Those numbers don't stack up to Quinnen Williams' numbers, and he was 8th in the Heisman voting in 2018. I want to say that was Kyler Murray's year when Kyler Murray won the Heisman. So yeah, that Kyler Murray, because Burrow was 2019. So numbers-wise, unless Jordan Davis goes absolutely bananas in the second half of the season, I don't think that he'll have the quote-unquote numbers to make it to New York. But then we have to talk about if that really matters because of the impact he's having. Jordan Davis is being triple, double, and triple teamed on most of the plays while he's out there. Go look at the tape, watch the games. Jordan Davis, and these double teams don't even matter half the time. He's getting through the backfield. He's running around like a crazy man, trying to get to these running backs that are going east and west. He was clocked at almost 20 miles per hour. The dude is 6'6", probably around 330, 350 pounds. I don't know the exact number, but it's criminal is what it is. How good that he is. It's not fair. That's probably the best way to put it. It's not fair how physically gifted and talented that Jordan Davis is, running that fast at that size. Forget about it. It's impressive. It's quite impressive. If you asked me a few weeks ago if Jordan Davis, because my opinion on this has gone a little bit back and forth, if Jordan Davis is a Heisman contender, I would have said really a defensive tackle on a defense that is so stacked. there's no way. But now I'm starting to think about it more and more. Part of the reason why, I'm going to preface this with that Georgia's defense is completely loaded, and I think it's full of NFL talent, and I think that these guys are very deserving of how much attention they're getting and their stat lines. But if you go back and watch the tape, Jordan Davis is taking up so much attention that it's allowing guys like Channing Tindall, allowing guys like Nakobe Dean, allowing guys like Quay Walker to get easy tackles, easy sacks. And those guys are all talented, but Jordan Davis is a part of the reason that is making it so much easier for them. And that this Georgia defense is elite, and he's at the center of it, and he's the best player on Georgia's defense. I think he's going to be an NFL star. That is my opinion. I think that is the opinion of a lot of people. Should he be a Heisman contender or Heisman winner? My answer is now yes. I do believe that. I wasn't sure about that a few weeks ago, but now I think that at the very least he should be in New York. This guy's putting on a performance this year on the best team, on the best defense. He is the best player, and I think that deserves some attention no matter how stacked Georgia's defense is. So, you look at it the last few years, if there's a year for Jordan Davis or a defensive player to actually win this trophy or at least be a top 2 or 3 candidate, it looks like it's this year because, I talked to a couple of Heisman Trophy voters, about who they might be wanting to, who's on their mind right now. They don't know. Matt Corral, Bryce Young are the guys but are they really having these eye-popping seasons that we've seen the last few years? Are they really dominating college football? I don't think anyone's dominating college football more than Georgia is and more than Jordan Davis is. Matt Corral's a great player. Bryce Young's a great player. They're not, their teams aren't undefeated. They don't have these insane stat lines that guys like Joe Burrow, Devontae Smith, Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, these guys dominated college football when they were there. Whether they won the championship or not, those guys dominated college football. They had crazy stats. They were unguardable. You couldn't stop them. Jordan Davis is unstoppable. Double and triple team doesn't really matter for him half the time. So, my opinion on this has changed. I think Jordan Davis very well should be in New York at least as a Heisman contender. I'm going to help get that buzz out there. I know a lot of media members are out there getting that buzz out there, but just watch the tape, guys. Watch the games. Jordan Davis is dominating college football, and I think that warrants him being in the Heisman conversation. So let me know what you think in the comments. I think since a lot of you are Georgia fans, you might agree with me, but if there's anything you disagree with, let me know. What else did I miss? What else could get Jordan Davis to New York?